freshman year, I had severe acne on the majority of my face. In my middle school years, I had a good amount of acne, but it hit an all-time high in my 9th grade year. I'm a very shy person to begin with, so going through this lapse of severe acne discouraged me altogether to interact. I admit that I truly couldn't remember what I looked like before. Self-acceptance hadn't even entered my mind at the moment, compared to the love and acceptance that I give myself today. In my sophomore year, I went on a medication for 6 months. That's a long time, now that I think about it. 6 months to clear my face, and I can gladly say that it did, and my acne is gone. I regret, however, not giving my 9th grade self the love and acceptance that I give myself today. I wish for you to not wait for a change and to start now on the road to acceptance, self-acceptance, because the present you needs it. So number 1, recognize your pros and cons. What do you love and hate about you? Even if it's the tiniest thing that you find awesome about yourself, delve into it and make it big. If your cons cannot be changed whatsoever, I suggest to find the silver lining in it, because it is what makes you you. But if it is changeable, find the love for it at the moment and change it if your heart desires to do so. Even though it is a pro-con list, it is mainly exercising your ability to accept yourself. From my view, this helped to distinguish what I liked about myself from the seemingly overflowing river of negativity. ScienceDirect.com did a research, and they found that low unconditional self-acceptance is detrimental to well-being and, in some cases, could lead to mental health issues and mental disorders. Recognizing the great things about yourselves and the silver linings in the lesser things can only expand your mindset and get you on the right track to self-acceptance. And doing so could take no time at all, but for me specifically, was a gradual process, and is still an ongoing process to this day. But as a reward, it simply makes you feel good and amazing. So number 2, reduce comparing yourself to other people. A question for you and for me, because I still do this. Why compare two people that are completely different and are complete separate beings? Oscar Wilde, who was an unapologetic gay man in a time where it was forbidden, he quoted and said to be yourself. Everyone else is already taken. And I really like that quote. But, so onwards, according to an article by Psychology Today, the 3 reasons why using social comparisons are wrong are because the other's so-called perfection is an illusion, because truthfully, life isn't fair, and lastly, because it turns friends into rivals. So taking a look in the mirror, having all negativity that comes in the shape and form of comparisons, having all of that previously disposed, and having only the pros and your silver-lined cons in your head. Take a look at that. Take a look in the mirror at that moment, and I promise you, it is a riveting and fulfilling moment. But however, you may have to unfollow that one person on Instagram or Facebook that you just wish you were. However, the reward is like you giving 1 single quarter to a gumball machine and that gumball machine just breaking and erupting with gumballs. That is a weird analogy that I came up with, and I don't even know if it makes sense. But just know that you no longer have a standard or a rule to go by, and you just go about being you. Lastly, definitely not leastly, don't limit it to yourself, and spread acceptance to the people around you. Almost everybody is unsure or dislikes something about themselves. So with self-acceptance under your belt already, it is then time to help others achieve it as well. It is a factor in everyone's life, and it determines their contentment and joy. So although being one of the leading factors of life satisfaction, self-acceptance is very seldom practiced, according to HuffPost. But with you encouraging your peers, it can bring about progress in this area. In helping a friend to learn to accept themselves, it in turn is rewarding. But there is a cost. Giving advice to others is easy and it makes you feel great. However, you must take your own advice and practice what you preach. Because in the long run, seeing the same changes in you happen to that person, it sets off a feeling of accomplishment. So overall, recognizing and accepting your flaws, unique qualities that make you is the best step to eventually accept yourself as a whole, as well as comparing yourself to no one but your past self. After acquiring self-acceptance, or at least a little, because for me, I have those bad days, and I know everybody else will, but after acquiring it, reaching out to friends and family that have not yet is just another step in the journey, and it is a joyous one. And because self-acceptance is done in the mind and brain, it can take place right this second, and I strongly encourage you to do it. Taking that time to dig into your mind to find what you think of yourself can happen in your room, your friend's house, your school, your place of worship, or even outside. So start now. Accept your body, the way you laugh, the way you speak, your hair, your personality, your humor, your face. Accepting yourself can be easy or hard and completely depends on the person. However, it is a never-ending road because we are always evolving and finding out more about ourselves every day. After the acne medication that I took, it cleared my face completely. I have no pimples. The one thing it left behind were scars. My scars. I don't love them, but I have come to a conclusion that they are a part of me and my story. Thank you.